I was at the gym last week when a thought just hit me. Watch what you really do when no one else is watching, and pay attention to what you think when no one else can hear your thoughts. Because someone's always watching and someone is always listening. It's not the world, it's you, your subconscious, that quiet observer that's always around. Not judging, not criticizing, just recording. And over time, it builds a story about who you really are. Not the version that people see, but the one that's always around when no one else is looking. You can fool the world, you can act humble, kind, confident, whatever mask helps you get through it, but you can never fool yourself. And that's where the truth always finds you. The facade we build, it starts innocently. It's just our way of surviving. We tell ourselves stories about who we are. But sometimes those stories stop us from seeing who we've become. And the ego clings to that fiercely. It says, don't question this. You've already figured yourself out. But maybe the moment you think you figured yourself out is the moment you stop growing. Because real growth starts with discomfort. That quiet nudge that says, wait, why did I do that? Why did I think that way? Because it's easy to nudge that off, to go whatever no one saw, doesn't matter. But it does. Because that's where the truth hides. In tiny, forgettable moments. The brain loves repetition. It wants to conserve energy and to keep you on autopilot. So every time you repeat a behavior, your subconscious goes, this is who we are. And before you know it, the small habits become a part of your identity. And for me, it started with something as simple as wiping down the equipment at the gym when I was done with my exercise. When people are around, I always do it, automatically. But when it's just me, I would just walk away. And the thought would be, it's fine, no one's watching. But I am. And the more I noticed this, the more I started seeing this pattern everywhere. In the little ways that I would cut corners or justify things just to keep the image of being a good person. And that's when I realized my ego was more invested in looking like a good person than being one. And the difference is very subtle, because the first depends on other people's eyes, while the second depends entirely on what happens when it's just you. There's a strange kind of peace that comes from doing the right thing quietly. Not because someone will see it or thank you, but because you know. You feel in sync with yourself. There's no performance or pretending, just alignment. And the ego hates that because it can't feed on it. It can't post it and it can't get validation for it. And that's the point. The ego slowly loses power every time you do something right in silence. Every time you walk away from a situation with integrity, you're training your subconscious to say, this is who I am now. I think a lot of us carry versions of ourselves that were built years ago by what our parents praised, what teachers criticized, what society rewarded. And somewhere in that noise we stop hearing our real voice. But it's still there, quiet, patient, waiting for us to turn inward. And lately I've been spending a lot more time with that version, the one that doesn't need to perform. Sometimes it feels unfamiliar, almost uncomfortable, honestly, but the more I sit with it, the more I realize that this version, the real one, isn't trying to be good. So that's where I'm at these days, trying to pay attention to the moments that don't seem to matter. Because I'm starting to think those moments define everything. So if you ever find yourself catching those moments too, don't rush to fix them or label them. Just notice them. Because sometimes noticing is enough to start the shift. So I'll see you guys in the next one.